Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. You see, all the squares are filled up today. We got the crew on deck ready to talk some football with you. Got a lot on deck today, so we're going to get right to it after a word from our sponsor.
We are sponsored by May Jane's Coffee. That's Maejanes coffee.com. You can get your Colombian, your Honduran, and your Brazilian blend coffee freshly grounded, not by my lovely daughter. She will grind it up and ship it to you quick, fast, and in a hurry. She has t-shirts, syrups, and mugs just for your pleasure. Again, that's May Jane's Coffee, Maejanes coffee.com.
Excellent. Shouts out to May James Coffee. And the Extra Point is also brought to you by
Wolverine Comics. That's Wolverine_Comics TX on Instagram and Whatnot app. We just did another sale from the East Coast, so thank y'all for that. Shipping this out today. We have a couple more auctions coming up in a couple of weeks, so we're getting ready for that. Just got some more slabs coming through. So go ahead and follow me, Wolverine_Comics TX.
Shouts out to our sponsors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last week we were heavy college football, but today it's all about the big boys. And they got started on Thursday in I don't want to say spectacular way. I guess it depends on which coast you live on. But Thursday night football started with the defending champion Los Angeles Rams getting those hands put on them by the Buffalo Bills. The score was 31-10. Quick recap. Josh Allen over 350 total yards. And 4 TDs. The defense led by one Von Miller, Tasha T. Sizzle, 7 sacks and 3 interceptions on the Rams. Let's get started right with it. Tasha, I'm going to come right to you. What is the biggest storyline coming out of this game on Thursday night? Was it the Bills' dominance or was it the Rams' ineptitude?
It was the Rams' ineptitude, most definitely. Like, I did not expect them to come out that flat. They didn't look good at all. And remember, I told you guys, especially Mike, I'm going to pull out my receipt ticker.
Uh-oh.
I told you guys, and I kept saying, Stafford is only good because his defense allows him to be bad. And Mike was like, no, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Stafford is bad. The arm is not right. And they said that a few weeks ago, the arm wasn't right. Stafford looked like crap, and so did the rest of the team. And what happened to Jalen Ramsey? What happened?
Oh, you know what? That, my friends, is called a segue. Mike, before we come to you about Ramsey, you want a chance to respond to what you saw with Stafford?
I mean, I never said Stafford was elite, and I know he's bad.
But when I said something about the defense, well, how can the defense allow you to be good or something of that nature? But you were making it like Stafford was the reason that they were winning and were relevant when we see it's not Stafford. It's the defense. The defense really did not play well.
What Stafford needed to do, he did last season. That's why they won a Super Bowl, which was making completions and taking care of the ball. Obviously,
the defense allowed him to play like Detroit, which is what he did on Thursday night. He looked real Detroitish out there as he did last season. But the defense,
if he played the same way he did this way in the playoffs, they obviously would have lost. But he didn't. He took care of the ball.
But in that NFC Championship game, that DeMeco Ryans defense put them paws on the defensive player of the year. What lost us that game was that quarterback who threw that interception. It didn't have anything to do with Matt Stafford. It was Cooper Kupp. It didn't have anything to do with Matt Stafford.
No, we're going to get to Jimmy G as well, so make sure you all stay tuned for that. Mike, she's talking about the Rams defense, which brings me to a question for you. Now, you see it up there, ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Ramsey. Can you all believe our hometown boy, Mr. Nashville, Tennessee himself, gave up a perfect passer rating on Thursday when targeted? And he wasn't targeted once or twice. We're talking 8, 9 targets at a perennial all-pro defensive back. And we know the last time we saw him in SoFi Stadium, it was at the Super Bowl, where Jamar Chase and T. Higgins were running right past him, getting anything they wanted. And let's keep it real. The Rams would not be the Super Bowl champion today if Aaron Donald hadn't gotten pressure on Burrow, because Chase had a 5-yard head start on Ramsey streaking down the sideline on that final drive, as the eye in the sky told us. Mike, you're the defensive guy. What's going on with Jalen Ramsey? Is this a cause for concern, or did he just get exposed by 2 elite offenses?
I think that Bills is no like walk in the park, and from many people, I would say most of America, they have Bills going to the Super Bowl. So the Bills definitely have a great offense, but that's no excuse for how the Rams, defending champs, and to Taj's point, a great defense from last year. They shouldn't have came out like this. It definitely felt like more of a hangover game, and almost. I mean, for me, it almost looked like, oh, maybe last year was a fluke in the way that they were just hitting on all cylinders,
right,
while everyone else was trying to rebuild last year. And so now they're like, okay, cool. Now we know how to come out and fight. And they're like, well, we don't have nothing to play for. That's what it looks like. They have nothing to play for.
Wow, they got it handed to them pretty nicely there. Shouts out to the people checking in. Shouts out to Miss Melanie Taylor checking in. Now, Coop, can you tell the people real quick before we come to you where you coming live from right now?
Hey, I'm in the M, baby, for the biggest college football game of the day. The JSU Tigers and the TSU Tigers from Cashville, Tennessee. Hey, it is deep
the
down
Southern
here.
Heritage Classic. Let's get to it.
So glad to see you again.
It is major.
Right on. So shouts out to TSU and JSU. Coop, let me come to you because the first time you were on the Extra Point, you had made a statement about running quarterbacks not equaling success at the championship level in the NFL. I believe we were talking about Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson. Last Thursday, we saw Josh Allen lead the team in rushing attempts. He had 10 attempts, and the majority of them were called design runs. Would you be worried as a Bills fan of that kind of wear and tear on Josh Allen over the course of a 17-game season, running the ball that much?
Hey, most definitely. First of all, the game was not a good game. It was not a well-played game on either side of the ball.
Really?
But that front four of Buffalo, they mashed.
Ed Oliver, ladies and gentlemen.
That was the turning point of the game. When you can get that with a four-man rush and you can sit back and play zone, that's why they just let Cooper Kupp go down, turn around. We'll let you catch 13 passes. Who cares?
He did.
You can't get in the end zone because when we get in the red zone, our front four is going to smash your front five. Von Miller, he had all the juice. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep that juice the rest of the season.
Oh, cool. He got the juice now? He got the juice now? Because when I said that at the beginning of the season, Coop, what did you say? Von Miller done. He washed up.
Hey, he shocked me. One play, he did a double swim move and went up under two guys. I was like, oh, what is this? But, hey, it's the first game. He ain't played in 12 months.
Man,
now, can he do that every week?
Yes.
You believe?
Yes. Yes. It is.
He impressed me, but that's what made
Miller.
Stafford was so uncomfortable because they were getting rushed up the middle, which he's like that Tom Brady. When you get it up the middle and from the side, he had no idea. He was on tippy toes. He was on skates, and that was the difference of the game. It was a 10-10 game at halftime, and they came out in the second half and turned it up.
They did. And wait
a minute, let me like
speechless. See, I told you.
Like I did, Mike.
Okay, so we'll get the connection issues fixed with Miss Tasha T. Sizzle, but to Coop's point and to Mike's point, that defensive front line. I mean, if you're getting pressure with four and you don't have to bring anybody else, it's going to be a long season for any opponent, namely my Tennessee Titans next week. But we will digress. That is week 2. Mike, don't shake your head like that. Man. You know, I'm a little worried about Monday night.
Oh, yeah, we in trouble. We are in trouble, dude.
Let's go. I'm worried about Monday night. But good call by you, Tasha, on Von Miller. He really did show up and show out. We'll see if he can continue that over the course of the year. But, hey, you know, the meat and potatoes, you know, the turkey and dressing is actually on Sunday. We got a slate of incredible games. The NFL never disappoints any week, especially week 1. And they're going to start with the rematch of last year's season opener between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, last year, it was a thriller. Tampa Bay won 31-29 on the last-second field goal. Both quarterbacks went ballistic. Dak Prescott had over 400 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Tom Brady, not to be outdone, had 380 and 4 touchdowns. So both quarterbacks got off. Both quarterbacks did whatever they wanted to do. And that brings us to this week. Tasha, I'm going to start with you. Now, we talked off season about both teams' offensive line issues. Tampa Bay without their center. Dallas, they lost Lyle Collins to free agency, and they just lost Tyron Smith basically for the year. Which quarterback will be most affected by shaky offensive line play on Sunday night? Mike, you want to have a thought on that?
I think she got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tasha. Yeah, you're good.
He's trying, yeah.
Right, we'll get her back up. Mike,
yeah.
Who will be most affected by a shaky offensive line?
I'm gonna go with Dallas. Like their offensive line, I in my opinion, Dak has been playing back from his injury last season, is pretending like he has the best offensive line in the world. Like this isn't the 90s Cowboys. Like he has to be able to adjust on the fly, like kind of like old Dak was, and be able to at least move outside the pocket, or at least shuffle in the pocket. He isn't even doing that. Like he's just standing there and then getting sacked or throwing it away. So I'm definitely I would watch out for that, because that is going to make or break the Cowboys season.
Right, and I'm very, very concerned about that. Dak is already nursing an ankle injury that he sustained a couple of days ago, but said he will play. Mike, I'm sorry, Coop, give me which receiver is going to have the biggest impact on Sunday night, CeeDee Lamb or Mike Evans?
Oh, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, he's going to throw to him every day, all day, every time. It's going to be like a fest. But I would have to disagree with Mike. I think the biggest factor, the quarterback that's going to be hurt the most about the line is going to be Tom Brady. He's a statue. And everyone knows they're going to push up the middle, and he has nowhere to go. Godwin is a game time decision.
Yeah.
And they're going to go 5 wide like they did the latter part of the season last year. And they're going to go 5 wide and get it out of his hands real quick with those quick hitches. I'm not worried about their line. The thing is, neither team is going to be able to run the ball. That's what it's going to come down to. Pollard's going to have to get in the game and take over the game and running back. Whoever can run the ball best, that's who will win the game.
And to Coop's point, and you know I'm going to back you up with some nerd stats, Coop. Last year's game, the Buccaneers ran for 60 yards. The Cowboys ran for 45 yards. Buccaneers did win the Russian battle and subsequently won the game. So to Coop's point, whoever can run the ball in this matchup, we think both quarterbacks will be able to get off in this one. Bringing Tasha back in the fold. Now, T-Sizzle, both defenses in the season opener last year failed to get it done. They with over 100 passing attempts, the defenses combined for just 1 sack. Whose defense do you trust more in this one?
Simply because of Micah Parsons, I'm going to say the Cowboys. But to go off of what Coop was saying about the running, I think the bad offensive lines will affect Brady more because he can't run. At least Dak can, tuck it and run.
I haven't seen him do that ever.
And get you clanger. But Dak got them wheels. Dak can run. Yeah. Brady can't run. Brady old. Brady done got that face snatched. He done got some hair plugs or something.
What was up with that?
Boy, that man faces.
Hey, he tight, ain't he?
But listen, okay. Mike ain't having too much Michigan slander. You know that, Tasha.
It ain't Michigan slander. That's Brady slander.
Well, he went to the university.
He was a Michigan man.
I don't
care. She forgets. It's okay. She forgets. It's okay.
No, I don't. No, it was forgettable.
It was forgettable.
It was forgettable. You don't go into 6th round for nothing.
No, Mike. To her point, you said that you've never seen Dak do that a day in his life. You're not so sold on.
Well, in the last season, I'll give him before injury. He did that, and I mean, I agree that if he does that, then the Cowboys are going to be a contender especially for the playoffs. But if he can't, then the Cowboys got to worry. Like if he can't do that and he can't be old school Dak, then last season everyone gave him a pass. I'm like, okay, well he just came back. Yeah, this season he got to show up, because if he can do that, they easily beat the Bucs. But if he can't, then I got the Bucs.
He showed up last year. He threw for 4,000. He showed up. They just didn't.
I'm talking about running. I'm talking about running. How
running out the pocket. So Mike,
that's not his thing. That's not his thing. So he's that's not his thing though. I agree with you.
Real quick to you, Mike. Whose defense do you trust more in this matchup? Tampa Bay's or Dallas's?
Man.
Oh, that's
Both.
not hard, Mike.
Well, for me, both have they are good in different areas. So for me, the Cowboys front seven are definitely better,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But their secondary is trash. Like if someone starts slinging the ball, they're going to get exposed quick. Now, as far as the Bucs, they have a couple that I don't really trust their front seven on, but they have a little bit better in their secondary. But I'm gonna go overall with the Cowboys. I'm gonna go overall with the Cowboys.
All right,
You know, I
Secondary,
like
got-
I love the front seven, so that's
Yeah.
that's what I
But
live
you got
by. So.
Trayvon, you got Trayvon Diggs in the secondary. He ain't slow.
He's
he
been
gets burned a lot,
exposed.
though. He gets
Like,
He's
what are you
going by
talking about?
practice video. Yeah, he's going by practice
because
video.
Mike sent that to me. Because remember, and Mike, I even said to Mike, "What if they just putting that out there to make us think?"
Yeah.
But I mean, but
No,
Mike,
he
like
was
you
doing that
say,
last season too. Just no
Yeah,
one
he
was
was
talking
very
about
feast
it.
of famine. He was very
because
feast
he
of famine.
because he had some spectacular plays. We did, and you're right, Mike. We did overlook that.
Yeah, and I was the main one who overlooked that because y'all had to talk me off the ledge with the training camp videos too. That hurt my soul. Damn you, Mike, for sending it.
He's
All
a
right,
playmaker. He's a playmaker DB though. He goes for the goal.
He does.
Yeah,
and
he does.
If he
Yeah,
gets it,
yeah.
That's why you live and die by it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what
Mike.
Jalen Ramsey's problem.
Mommy, he said hola.
Who you
He
got?
said hola.
Hola. Who you got, Mike, in this one? The Cowboys are a 2.5-point underdog.
I got Tampa Bay.
You got Tampa Bay. Coop, who you going with in Sunday night?
Hey man, this is very hard, man. I'm gonna trust Dallas one time, man. They gotta get this right, man. If they can't beat dude at 50 at home on opening night, I don't know what else to do. I gotta
Tasha,
give it
who
to
you
them.
got? Who you got? in this one?
I got that.
She's got Dallas as well. Look,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Dallas as well in this one. Now let's move on to another game that's going on between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. I believe we all think that Chicago is going to get beaten this one, but I want to go a little bit deeper into this one. Tasha, we'll start with you. Which quarterback is under the most pressure heading into this season? Justin Fields or your boy Trey Lance? You're muted.
Oh, most definitely Trey Lance, because we've been giving Justin Fields passes because of his coach in Chicago. This, that, and the other thing with him. But Trey, everything is riding on Trey. Like you got your backup quarterback. And I met a gentleman here last night, as a 49er fan, and he was in agreement that he didn't want Garoppolo, but he understands why, because Garoppolo is a viable backup. That all that pressure is going to be on his shoulders, because you think they're waiting for him to make one mistake just so they can pull him and put Garoppolo back in.
Right. Now, Mike, do you agree with the 49ers decision to keep Garoppolo on a one-year deal as backup insurance to Trey Lance?
Yeah, I do, and I know we're going back and forth on Twitter on this. The disturbing part for me is the money aspect. Like, that's a lot of money for a backup, and I'm like, man, I don't know about that, especially when the 49ers are trying to hold their talent. But I get it from, what Tasha was saying, like, you can't put all your eggs in one basket type of thing, and so one of those eggs break or have a mental breakdown, because NFL is a different story. Then you got to have Garoppolo that can stand in there and maybe throw 1 or 2 interceptions instead of 4 interceptions. It'll make them break the game for sure.
Coop, they've been disrespecting Jimmy G all summer. Coop, let me come to you. If you're Coach Shanahan, it's Coop Shanahan here on the line with us. How long of a leash do you give Trey Lance before you go to Jimmy G and hand him the keys to the car?
First off, I thought T said about 3 or 4 weeks ago,
I knew this was coming.
Trey. Then she talking about, don't keep him for the bag.
Oh no! I said a gentleman here last night said that was a 49er fan, that because I was shipping him out. But the thing is, they dangled him out there and nobody else picked him up. So that should take you a lot.
So why did they sign him back
Because
for all that money?
That's a lot of money.
But you think they cut his money? He was due more. If they would have held on to him, they would have had to pay him that much more to be a backup. And then
It just showed me and told me They are on a short leash in their mind, but they can't pull him because it'll make them look bad. So they got to ride with this dude.
Give me a number, Coop. Coop, give me a number. How many games? What would the 49ers have to start out in the first month for you to pull the trigger?
They can't pull him unless he gets hurt because they the ones that made the move. They should have let it play out in training camp as if it was a quarterback battle, and then they wouldn't have looked so bad. But they didn't let it play out.
And it did play out. It did.
No, they named him a starter from the beginning.
But how are you gonna put a damaged, ineffective quarterback in as your starter for next season when you have got to move on? Yeah, he get you to the promised land. Remember, God let Moses get up there, go up to Mount Sinai, get the tablets, but he told him he wasn't gonna see the promised land because he kept doubting at the bush.
Right. Okay, Bishop TD.
So that's what Garoppolo is. He gets you to the point, but he never produces when we need him. So hey, Paul, why keep him?
What would be a timeline? Because you've got your fans in a tizzy thinking Trey is your man. You can't go back now unless he gets hurt. Now they may hope he gets hurt to be able to take him out, but you can't take him out. There's not amount of games that you can take him out now. He has to be your quarterback. Well, they can't be doing that stuff like Miami did with Tua. Let him, if he play bad for 3 quarters, take him out. You can't play that game.
Right. Do you agree, Mike? Do you agree? Trey should stay in there regardless?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone's been saying, even the fans, they want Trey to give him. They want something different. First of all, they want to say like, okay, well, let's see who it is. And Trey is so different in style of play that, you got to let it roll out. And I don't agree with pulling him out or anything like that. Like, this is Trey's season. Like, you got to live or die, and the fans got to live with it. Like, hey, this is what y'all wanted. We're going to have to go, let's say worst case scenario, he turns out to be a bust, right? And so he only gets four wins. It is what it is, but at least y'all tried it. And that's what the 49er fans want to see.
Right, especially if you give up 3 first-round picks to move up to grab Trey Lance. You can't give up that type of capital and play the whole, like you said, 3 quarters, and I'm going to pull you to a type stuff.
All right, I got to ride with it.
Right, now, a similar game with similar circumstances. The New York Giants are coming to Cashville, Tennessee, Nissan Stadium, to take on the Tennessee Titans. Our first crown sighting of the season. Shouts out to the Titans. Tasha, I'm going to start with you. Let's keep the quarterback pressure meter going. Who's under more pressure going into this season? Daniel Jones or Ryan Tannehill?
You got 2 bottom of the base, but I would actually think it would be
wow.
She's on fired.
Be more Ryan Tannehill because no one believes in Daniel Jones anyway. He ain't got nothing to prove. They just, they just got him
without a stick.
No, he ain't even skate with us. He ain't even got no skates on. He out there just walking on the ice with his socks on, with some hard bottoms.
He bare feet.
Right, he gonna slip and fall.
He bare feet walking through Preston Taylor Project.
Oh, wow. Mike, let me come to you. Let's go running back. Which running back is under more pressure, Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry? And just as a caveat, both can be unrestricted free agents at the end of this season. Mike, who's under more pressure to perform?
More pressure, I would say, is Derrick Henry, because Saquon's already had his kind of like trying to come back type of thing. And he was like, oh, no, I'm kind of hurt. But it was more like, nah, you just don't believe in your offense. So you're going to be like, I'm going to take another season out. So everyone, I don't think anyone is sold on Saquon anymore. I think he's already on the decline to where Derrick Henry, everyone's waiting. And we're like, okay, let's see if he comes back like everyone says he's going to come back.
Right. Okay. All right. Now, cool. You got boots on the ground in Nashville. You saw how things ended after the Cincinnati game. If the Titans, who are a touchdown favorite, happen to lose this game, Lord have mercy on the soul of Ryan Tannehill. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly fast. So let's put you back in the coach's seat. You're Mike Vrabel. How bad do things have to go before you turn to your rookie 3rd round pick, Mr. Willis?
First off, they really wish they had the first game as a road game, because they hid Tannehill the whole preseason, and he has to come out in front of a crowd at 3:25 on Sunday.
So we already looked it up.
And everybody is sitting on their seat. They ready to hit you. If you throw one, I'm talking about this is how everybody is sitting Sunday. That dude has got to be feeling so much pressure that he goes back to the site of where he just threw up in front of 65,000.
Right.
Hey, all the pressure's on him because nobody cares about Jones. They know he's not getting another contract. But man, Tannehill right now, they took a weapon away, so he has to go out there and play in a game at home where everybody is like, I don't care nothing about everything else. Let me see you throw some passes.
Right.
And the Boo Birds are going,
Woo!
hey, man, the pressure is on him. They should not have hit him the whole summer, and they did. They should have let him play in some preseason games, and they didn't. They could have got some of that booing out the way.
Right, because I would have booed when I was there.
So now
you make a great
everything
point.
is on him.
No, you make a great point, Coop, about it should have been a road game because playing at home is a different type of pressure. When they ask Marcus Mariota, ask Steve McNair in 1999 when he got booed in the opener against Cincinnati. Mike, how long of a leash would you give Ryan Tannehill with the team that you have right now that was the number 1 seed in the AFC last year?
I'm gonna let that marinate a little bit.
Let it simmer. Let it simmer,
Yeah,
Mike.
that needs to be it. I would say negative 2 years from now. That's what I'm gonna go with. That dude needs to be out, man. This is the thing. The Titans organization, they take too long to make changes.
Yes.
See, at least San Francisco is making changes quick. They're like, you can't do it, you're out.
His cap hit was too big. You couldn't make a change. He was $56 million dead money. They was up.
And that's an indictment on the GM in that case. Go ahead,
but this goes back to even Mariota. This goes back to Mariota. They think like they give too much grace, in my opinion, when it comes to the NFL. It's a business, and they got to learn that. Like back in Mariota, they were like, "Oh, okay, maybe he needs deep threats." They get him. They waste another season. Okay, get him a deep threat. Oh, he can't throw the deep ball. Oh, okay, it's Mariota's fault. That's 2 waste seasons right there. Yeah, like it's a waste, man. You got to get rid of him.
But you get rid of him for who? You had nobody out there, and you had 56. Nobody would trade for him. And you had $56 million in dead money. Their hands were tied.
They had an option to trade.
Trade him for who?
No, I'm talking about early on. They had an option. I mean, I'm not going to say it, but
nobody wanted him.
No, Mike. Go ahead. Hold on. Mike is throwing a shot at me. Now, the thing is, in 2019, before they gave Tannehill the extension, they had a chance to get one Thomas Edward Brady, and they passed because Brady looked like trash in that divisional game, that wild card game. So I went on the radio and said to keep Tannehill. So I got to eat this, bro, and it's salty as hell. Running my blood pressure up.
But to Coop's point, like he was saying, who else are they going to get? That's the same reason Deshaun Watson got $230 million, because who else you going to get?
Good
who
point.
Else you gonna get?
It's a lot of teams that need a quarterback. Like he's like Carolina needs a quarterback. The Jets everybody need a quarterback. The top 15 teams don't, but everybody else does.
I think Baker going to show out in Carolina, but
we're going to get to that too.
That team is bad though, but it doesn't matter.
Langston, that's enough of your trash and my boys now. We're going to see y'all on the 29th of December. And I don't want to hear nothing. We coming to your city like ESPN.
What up, Langston? Inbox me so we can tailgate today, baby.
We coming to your city, Langston. You be ready on December 29th.
Langston was downtown flexing last night. Hey,
with the grand, he got his beard trimmed up. He's doing his thing. Now, let's go on to our way too early extra point awards. Every year at the start of the season, we like to kind of prognosticate on how we think this thing is going to end. And we're going to start with our way too early Super Bowl predictions. Mike, I'm coming up top to you. Who plays in this year's Super Bowl?
I'm going to go Eagles and Bills. I thought about this before you asked, and I was like, man, I'm feeling it.
Okay, Froggy then jumped in. Cool. Who plays in the Super Bowl this year?
I got Kansas City and Tampa Bay.
Oh, you running it back, huh? Okay.
That rematch, okay.
All right. T-Sizzle, are your 49ers going to be in your too early prediction?
Of course.
Who they play?
Buffalo.
She ain't even shy about it.
She said that like, how dare you with me with this 49er cap on?
Something
Yes. She said it like the queen. Yes.
Right. This for giggles, I'm going with Baltimore versus the Saints in the Super Bowl.
I thought about the Saints.
Baltimore and the Saints?
I thought about the Saints.
You heard me, Baltimore.
Hold on. What?
Langston says Buffalo versus whoever, which sounds like what you said, T. Sizzle. Buffalo versus everybody. So yeah, Buffalo looks tough, but the Ravens, Lamar's gonna get it done. All right, let's go with our MVP. Tasha, we're gonna go bottom up, starting with you. Who's gonna win MVP this year?
Josh Allen. I think they've been grooming him. Remember how I told you with Steph, when the media keeps saying this person's going to be the MVP, this, that, and the thing, the media has been grooming him for about a year and a half now. So I think this is the year when he gets it.
They play a huge role in how that ultimately turns out, and they are voters as well. Good point by you, Tasha. Cool. Who you going with for MVP?
I'm going with Mahomes. I think he's going to take a step up.
Okay. Mike, who's your MVP?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mahomes, too.
Yeah, I think he's
over
back.
Allen. Okay, interesting. All right, I'm going with one Dakota Rain Prescott because I said that in the offseason before the injury. And hold on, I don't want y'all to pull no tape on me because that's how y'all do. Y'all pull the tape on me. So I said Dak in the offseason before the offensive line went to shambles.
You can't be 9-7 and be the MVP. That's not how that works.
Moving on in a hurry. No, Langston says that that Rodgers will three-peat, and he definitely could have a shot to do that. Now, let's go with our comeback player of the year. This should probably be one of the most competitive races from a talent perspective that we've seen in quite some time. You got Derrick Henry. You got Run CMC, Mr. Christian McCaffrey. You got Lamar Jackson. You got Jameis Winston. You got a plethora. You got Saquon Barkley. Take your pick. Tasha, we coming to you first.
You know, jokingly, I said Tyrod punctured lung Taylor.
That's not a bad pick.
It's not, because look at where he is and look at the opportunity that he has to actually become the starter. But outside of that, I said Jameis Winston. And remember, I sent you that message. The guy that I was in here talking to, he's a big-time Saints fan. And he says, everybody's counting my Saints out. Everybody's counting Jameis Winston out. They were like 7, but they were like 7-1 before he got injured, weren't they?
Yeah. They were rolling along. He had 13 touchdowns and 2 picks before he got injured. So we'll see. Yeah. Now, so Tasha, real quick on that point, if Tyrod Taylor has I'm sorry, not Tyrod Taylor, but if Jacoby Brissett has the Browns at, let's say 10-2 when the 12 games are up, do you keep Jacoby Brissett in or do you put in Deshaun Watson?
Because that can give you a chance to go 10-7 at that point. So do you guys actually think 10-7 will get you in the playoffs this year?
Not in the AFC.
So, but the thing is, that dude gonna be rusty as hell when he come back. He ain't played.
It don't matter. He got 230 guaranteed. You got to put his ass in.
Be like, if you don't get your ass out there, leave these people alone. Get your ass out there, boy.
Cool. Who's your comeback player of the year?
The dumbest man of the decade. This fool gonna play with $23 million contract.
Oh, you going with him?
Hey man, this dude's got to be the dumbest man in history. If he steps on that field Sunday, he got to be a comeback player of the year. I don't know what he's doing. This is stupid.
Mike, do you agree? First of all, do you agree with that being a dumb move to come back without a new deal?
Dumb. There's two ways, right? There's a business way, and then a business way. Yeah, it's a dumb move. It's a horrible move. But
especially when you're a running quarterback,
right?
Yeah, I like what he's doing because essentially he's just putting everything on himself, and that's in the end that's all we can do, right? So I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson as well, just because I think he has to, and so I'm rooting for him. He
has to,
hopefully he doesn't pull a Dak Prescott. And
oh my God, stop it! Moving on in a hurry.
Hit him, Mike.
No, moving on. And don't you speak that, Mike. Now, as much as I would love for the comeback player of the year to be King Henry, I'm growing more increasingly concerned about their overall record, meaning the Tennessee Titans. I think the Saints will come out of nowhere and put up better numbers. So I'm going to go with Jameis Winston. And to Langston's point, don't forget about Mike Thomas, who I think hand in hand, them coming back with Chris Olave, with Alvin Kamara avoiding a suspension for knocking that guy out in Vegas. I think the Saints have what it takes to go all the way this year.
You know what? Stop. You didn't have to say that.
Well, they didn't have to say what?
Knocking that guy out in Vegas. See,
he knocked out a man fan in Vegas. Brothers, stop asking for selfies with these athletes. You're a man. You dap them up and keep it moving. They got your ass knocked out trying to make a TikTok with an NFL superstar.
Man, quit playing.
Let me move on. Mike,
Play with the chest.
oh my God. All right. Now, every year, ladies and gentlemen, there's three things that we can count on. There's death, there's taxes, and then there's turnover in the NFL playoffs. Every year a team makes the playoffs that missed the year before. Every single year since I've been watching. So with that being the case, who are we saying, who are our pick to make it this year that missed last year? We'll start with you, Mike.
I think this is kind of tough because a lot of the strong teams are staying strong.
Right. It's true.
I'm gonna go more with the Eagles on this one. And having more of a
playoffs though, Mike.
I'm saying like a deeper run this year because
Okay.
I consider them like they're pretty
That's
much
not
out.
what he
Like,
had.
no one, you know me, I was like, no, I don't want y'all to make the play. I want y'all to keep losing. What y'all doing?
That's true.
And
did.
so
That's true. He
once
did.
they made it, I was like, what y'all doing? Like, what y'all doing in
my
here?
computer?
Go ahead, Mike.
And so yeah, I'm thinking this is actually their year to make the playoffs. I don't count last year.
All right. And he did. To his point, I thought he was crazy for saying that. I want playoffs all day, every day.
Yeah.
Cool. Who makes it this year that sat out last year?
Man, I'm gonna say the Dolphins will be the team. I'm hesitant on them, but I think with that division with the Jets and the Patriots, they're going to get those games and they're going to slide in the playoffs back door.
If the Dolphins make the playoffs, that puts two teams from the AFC East, which spells trouble for the AFC South, with the West being
And the
so
West.
stacked.
Yeah.
Right, like
The
that's
West is going to beat up on each other, though. That's going to be there.
but that's scary, Mike. I mean, Coop, because if Miami makes it, that means Tennessee or Indy didn't make it. All right, Tasha, who are you going with?
I'm gonna have to agree with Coop being coached by Mr. Imitation of Life himself. He's gonna bring. Okay, I'm sorry.
Look
Lord
at
Jesus.
I'm sorry. He's gonna bring that 49er offense down there because you know I get the Miami news, so I get all the Miami updates for the Dolphins.
All those
So
kidnappings and boiler room beatdowns and all that stuff.
no, we didn't say Memphis. Coop, watch your back down there.
Hey,
Coop, yeah,
Hey,
keep
man.
your head on the swivel, Coop.
But I think
I went to the Elks, so I ain't scared of nothing. I used to go
That's
to the
true,
Elks in
then.
the era.
Anybody in Nashville knows where the Elks is. That's true.
Hey,
All right, go ahead,
I used to
Tasha.
go to the G's. Hey, that's good.
But I think that offense could benefit Tua a little more than what they've been running and setting up for him. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins too because again I think they can beat out the Patriots. They can definitely beat out the Jets, and you know I'm not sold on the Titans making it.
And for good reason. I'm not even going to get mad about that. For good reason. They look a mess right now.
This is when they shine their best when people count them out. I'm telling y'all, they'll beat Buffalo in week 2. Y'all tripping. I'm telling
Look
you.
at Mike is like, Mike, what's the Titans record this year, real quick?
What is who? Titans record?
Titans record.
He said,
I think we talked about this, right?
Yes.
I think I got him at. I think I said 6 or 7 wins.
You know what? Let's move on.
yeah.
You're gonna hurt my feelings, Mike. You know that hurts my feelings. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is back. First of all, we want to give T Sizzle a standing ovation for her top 5 throughout the summertime. She brought the pain. She entertained us, had us cracking up laughing. Great job, great preparation by you. But we're back in full season mode now, so the picks you need to feed your seed is back.
Let's
And
go.
Mike, you rubbing your hands together. Let's start with you. We have a college game on deck. I can't wait for this one. Tennessee stand up. We have the 24th ranked UT Vols going to the 17th ranked Pittsburgh Panthers. The Vols are a 6-point road favorite. Mike, who you got?
Man, that's crazy. But I'm gonna still take Tennessee on this one.
You don't stutter. Say it with your chest, Mike.
Tennessee.
All right. Cool. Do you agree?
I got the Vols. Did you say Tennessee Vols?
Yeah.
Tennessee
Vols.
Yeah. I got the Vols. Hey, man, I got a video last night from my homeboy that's up there. They went to the Pirates game last night. It's so many UT fans.
This morning.
Hey, they were chanting, hey, man, they're going to run 2-minute plays for Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's not going to be able to hold up that defense. They're going to run 100 snaps on offense.
At least.
Tennessee by 14.
Woo, covering. Tasha T. Sizzle, do they cover?
Give him 6. Touchdown, Tennessee.
All
In the,
right.
in the voice of the late great John Ward.
Hey, you went back. I like that.
Right. Nice job by UT Sizzle. All right.
Hey, they got a great radio cast. I love listening to them.
They do. But if you haven't seen, make sure you type in Tennessee Pitt on Twitter today and see how many orange shirts there were at that Pirates
My
game.
homeboy was at the game, and he hit me up last night about 10:30. He's like, we deep at the baseball game.
As Langston says, good old Rocky Top.
And I don't even like him, but that was impressive at the baseball game.
Hey, my mama's an alum. I love you. I love you, mama. Thank you for watching. Let's go to the NFL. Can Bill Belichick, Tasha, we're going to start with you. Can Bill Belichick erase the curse that is Miami playing in Miami in September, where they've lost their last 5? Miami's a 3.5-point favorite. Do they get it done this year with their new look offense?
No, and they've been down there in Miami for about a week. So you know what goes on.
So they've been down there with James Harden and Drake and all of them.
Again, I get the Miami news, and everybody knows you go to South Beach because you want to party, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So they've been down there a little too long.
They got some happy endings.
You know what, Mike? Who you got in this one?
The only that Bob Kraft didn't go, did he?
I got New England plus 3.5.
You got so you're going with Mac Jones. Okay. All right. Cool. Who do you got in this one? The Dolphins or the Patriots?
The Dolphins have to win this game. This is a statement game. This is the only way they can make a push for the playoffs. You can't lose a home division game on opening weekend. You just can't.
Yes or no? Is Robert Kraft down there in Miami with them?
I think so. You know.
Moving on.
You know he
all right,
is.
we have
just like when the men come down here and they got their favorites and they WhatsApp, mommy dummy through WhatsApp. That's what he do when he go down.
Did you say love me long time?
Tell me about that. I was down there about 2 months ago. You didn't tell me about what's the favorite spot.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Right.
Mike, moving on in a hurry. Mike, we have the Cleveland Browns at the Carolina Panthers. It's a pickle, Mike. Straight up, who you got?
I got Carolina
with no run CMC.
Yeah. I think Baker looked really good. So, and I don't really believe. I mean, Cleveland on paper for the past 5 years should be winning the Super Bowl by now, but it hasn't been working out for them.
Clippers. They're always the off-season champ.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Carolina.
Cool. Who you going with?
Hey man, I can see this right now. I'm going Carolina because that boy is so pissed. He gonna go up there and put a flag in the middle of the field. He is going
a random flag. Yeah.
He's like, Mike, it's like somebody hand me a flag, damn it.
Hey, hand me your drawers. Here.
He gonna bring this Oklahoma flag
time on a stick.
Yeah.
Time on a stick.
Hey man, that dude is steaming right now.
He is. Tasha T. Sizzle, who you got in this one?
Cleveland.
Oh, she said it very
Cleveland.
Right. She said it very matter of fact.
She said it more. She said it like test me. That's what she said.
She was like, at Cleveland, now what? And she pulled her hair up in a ponytail. Like, okay. All right. Langston says Cleveland on Man 23 is a beast. I got Cleveland. Hey, that works for me. I don't have Man 23 yet. It must be good to be rich. All right. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincy is laying 7 on the Steelers. Mike, you taking the 7 points?
So I like I think this game or this matchup, they're rivals, right? So I consider this kind of like the Eagles and Cowboys. Like whoever wins is just gonna lose later on. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati wins this one and Steelers win the next one.
Tasha, who you got on this one? Are you betting on black or are you betting on black and orange?
Should you even have to ask me that question? Because you already know what I do. I always bet on black.
My mama even said Cleveland, Tasha.
Come on, AP.
Hey, mama. So she's going with Pittsburgh. As y'all already know who follow the show, she always bets on black. She loves her some Mike Tomlin. Cool. Do you agree? Pittsburgh or Cincy?
Man, it's Pittsburgh will cover, but Mitch Trubisky is your quarterback. You can't beat Cincinnati with Mitch, but they will cover. Tomlin will make it. Tomlin, he'll muck the game up enough that they'll backdoor cover. So put your money on the 7. They're gonna cover the 7. But Mr. Trubisky,
if you guys go back and really look at Mr. Trubisky, he really ain't that sucky. He just because that second year in Chicago,
you
he
just
did
said
pretty good.
if I gotta really go back and look at you, you're not good.
But hold on, to Tasha's point, if you put me in a jalopy, hell, everybody at the club don't think I'm broke. So
and that's not trying to.
He was driving around in a jalopy up in Chicago.
And not trying to talk bad about Brady. Brady was a 6th rounder for a reason.
Yes,
he got
Mike.
he got put in a system that made him progress and be the great player that he is. So, Mitchell was in a bad situation. Maybe being coached by some real coaches and a real team, that stands behind the organization, the coaches,
I think
players.
he'll look better.
Maybe
I think he'll look better in Pittsburgh. But I'm going
Coach Tomlin. Yeah, I'm with you. He'll definitely look better.
Because if Brady had gone to the Jets, we wouldn't even know who he was.
Hey man, speak.
Ain't no Burrow though.
That's
Bishop Sizzle is showing out.
Last but certainly not least, this is a game that if the Titans wasn't playing, I'd definitely be tuned into. The Raiders at the Chargers, two teams that have playoff aspirations. The Chargers are a 3.5 point home favorite. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who are you taking, Mike?
I got the Raiders plus 3.5 for sure.
I agree with Mike. Coop, do you agree?
I got the Raiders. I'm betting them on the money line. They got this. I'm not.
I'm
not sold on her.
Yeah, he ain't touching the spread.
Right. What about you, T. Sizzle? Who you like, the Vegas or do you like the Chargers?
The Raiders.
Yeah. And for all you Herbert and Charger people out there, they're gonna have to show me. I'm sick of this. All of this. He's the second coming to Dan Marino. The hell he is. Dan Marino put for 5,000 yards in the Super Bowl his second year. Herbert, it's time to get it done. It's time for that coach to get it done and stop calling 4th down plays like you playing Madden. That's what
had Dan Marino got kidnapped by Ray Finkel.
Laces out, Dan. Laces out for you non-millennials out there. Mike, who you shouting out this week?
Man, I got a shout out to the Big Ten showing up, people viewing us last week.
Take your time, Mike. Take your time. I want you to
I'm going to hang up on the rim a little bit. We got a random Penn State nasty game, still top 5 viewing. People in America want to see the Big Ten. They want to see the
Big Ten. Tasha,
it was the first week of football with nothing on.
They want to see
Thursday
the SEC.
Night.
The SEC is
Stop that.
They were the fifth.
They had their same chance. They had the same chance to get views.
Everybody's talking about Kentucky and Florida today. Ain't nobody talking about nothing in the Big Ten. Nothing.
What about, Coop, you laying 51.5 points on Michigan versus Hawaii? You saw what Vandy did to them.
And they should beat them by 79. And Vandy beat them by 79.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so Mike, he agrees with you. Tasha, are you willing to lay 51 points on your team to beat a bad Hawaii team?
Look, I'm with Coop. If Vanderbilt did it, anybody should be able to do it.
Anybody. Hey, us four can beat Hawaii right now.
Right.
And last but certainly not least, before we get out of here, Tasha, it's the Southern Heritage Classic. Who you going with? Eddie George and the Tennessee State Tigers or Deion Sanders and the Jackson State fake Tigers?
I mean, my heart is with those real Tigers on 3500 John A. Merritt Boulevard. But I think
you said 2400 Jackson Street. Okay. All right.
Jackson Street Baptist Church.
We're going with Jackson State on live TV.
But I think, man, did y'all see Shedeur Sanders last week?
Yes, he's a problem. Deion's son is a problem, and Ray says he's going Deion all day.
GSU for sure. JSU.
Coop, you live on the scene. Who you going with tonight? And be careful, your people is watching.
I mean, I assume that JSU is going to win. But one thing I thought about was they put a lot of energy into that game last week against FAMU. Mm-hmm. Can you get them boys back up for a team that they don't respect? They don't care about TSU. They feel like they little sisters. But I'm hoping that it rains a little bit to slow the track down because them boys got some burners.
They do.
Look at this fool. Look at this fool. Look at this fool.
Mary's barbecue made me sick too when I ate it as a kid, like 8 years old. I never touched that crap again. That stuff is foolishness. That's foolishness. Who am I taking? Hey, I was a aristocrat of bands 1993. TSU, baby. I'm going with the Tennessee State.
This game will be a lot closer than most people think.
I hope so. Mike, Who are you
Big
going with?
Lucas
I know
Oil.
this is a little out of your wheelhouse. It's more of a regional game, but let's first for S's and giggles. You going with Eddie George and TSU or Dion and JSU?
No, I got JSU. Just
Damn.
his son
Oh,
showing
this is
out,
what
man.
Tennessee
That's
watching.
crazy.
Yeah.
Mike don't give a you know what? Mike's like, deal with it. I'm gonna give you the truth. You in the
Yeah.
booth.
I'm in the
Stand
booth.
up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a shout out to all of the first year fantasy football players out there, and wish y'all a great season. Tasha, wishing you luck on finally getting in the league. Tasha, you got any shout outs today?
What's the tennis player? What's his name? The black guy, Francis.
Arthur Ashe.
No, Francis Tiafoe. Give a shout out to him for what he did. He's like the first black player since Arthur Ashe to make it to the semifinals. And if you know his backstory, his parents are from Sierra Leone. His father was a janitor at a tennis club, and they slept in those people's closet for 11 years.
Wow.
And now he's a win away from the U.S. Open. Good job by you. Cool. Who you
he
shouting
won
out on
last
your way
night?
out?
He won last night?
No, unfortunately he lost, but it was man, that game, it was like 18. Oh my God. It was a 5-set. I was literally up all night watching it. It was a very, very good match. And he bet on
he
black.
showed himself well. He did.
And he bet on black, if you know what I mean.
Cool. Who you going with? Tell me who you shouting out on your way out.
I'm shouting out to the Southern Heritage class, to all these old people out here kicking and drinking hen all night and getting up early in the morning. Hey, man, they at this breakfast bar deep. They deep, man.
Once we get that grease in them.
Hey,
We
man,
drinking yak,
I'm at the
MFers,
Sheraton.
yak.
Everybody in here, they going ham, man.
I want to send
Hey.
a final shout out to the Memphis Police Department. Be somewhere today. All right, we got our family and friends down there in Memphis. Don't turn this in the first 48. Let's have a
Hey,
good game.
they just
And y'all
got
get-
cars just sitting everywhere.
See,
Right.
don't
Okay.
end up at 201 just because you think you done. That's what A-Ball said. 201 Poplar. Don't
Hey,
end up
it's
there.
right down the street. They waiting on you.
Oh Lord! And with that being the case, we're gonna let y'all get out of here and watch a good weekend of football. We will see y'all in 6
Love,
days
peace,
and
and
23 hours.
I haven't seen you
Peace.
since I don't know when. We are the rich.
Go Blue, Mike. We taking the
Oh, no.
51 and a half, baby.
Oh
Think about
no,
it,
that'd be
guys.
the worst.